So really, was that the biggest of deals or the worst thing that could happen? I don't know, probably not. What is up, Sara Squad? Welcome back to my channel, Lose Weight Sara, where I'm on a mission to lose 100 pounds my way. Before I get started, I did want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers. We just recently passed the 1,350 mark, and I still find that crazy that this many people want to follow along with my up and down roller coaster of a journey, but I'm so thankful you're here, whether you just subscribed recently or you've been with me for a long time now. I really appreciate you, and you guys are awesome, and the support is amazing. So thank you again very much. I do really appreciate you. So today I wanted to give you kind of a recap of Weigh Every Day May, as well as my May weight loss results and my June goals and plan. So in case you missed what I was up to during the month of May, I tried something a little bit different for me. I normally weigh in every Friday, once a week. I stay off the scale the whole rest of the week. But for the month of May, I decided I would give weighing myself every day a try, just to try something different. It was definitely a new habit that I had to adapt to. It was like an extra thing to do every morning, but it had its pros and its cons. So I'm gonna go through those real quick just to let you know what my experience was. If you've been wondering about changing your weigh-in schedule, this might be helpful to you. It might not. Of course, the experience is unique to me, but it was very eye-opening. So let me get started with the pros. So the first pro was that it was kind of cool seeing my weight in what I'll call real time. It was interesting seeing how things I ate or drank the day before really did impact the fluctuation the next day, and it was very eye-opening. It also showed me the reality of those fluctuations, that Friday is not always my best day for a weigh-in. It pretty often is, but not always. And that my weight changed pretty drastically from the start of the week to the end of the week. It also helped me really identify using data, something that I kind of already knew in my heart, but like didn't want to openly admit. And that was that my weekends of not tracking my food was actually a big factor in what is slowing my progress. So that was kind of a reality check that I had to face, but I'm glad that I did. Like I said, it was very eye-opening, and I'll tell you what my highest and lowest fluctuation was throughout the month a little later in the video. So some of the cons, the big one being that not always, but there were times when I saw an upward fluctuation where I didn't think it was warranted, that I got kind of that emotional feeling of like, oh, what did I do wrong? I ate so well, I exercised, I did this, I did that. Why did it fluctuate? And the answer to that is that like, it just happens. I would say that early on, I would feel that way, but as the month went on, I felt less that way, and as I looked at that number more every single day, I felt kind of less attached to it, if you will. So I guess that kind of is like a con/pro, is that it did help me disassociate the number on the scale with a feeling, and I was able to look at it more as like a data point. But it did take some practice to get there. The other thing is, once I developed this as a habit, as something I was doing every day, I did notice myself kind of like tiptoeing into it being just a little bit obsessive. I would wake up in the morning and be like, time to weigh, you know, like really excited about it. And then I would kind of like catch myself and be like, no, you're just weighing yourself, it's just data. So there was a little bit of that. I was able to catch it probably because I was purposely looking for it as the month went by. But it's something to note if you're considering weighing every day. You do want to make sure that you're not kind of obsessing about it or getting like overly into it. It's just a data point. And the last con for me, and this is coming from like my very busy schedule and life, is that it was like one more thing that I had to do in the morning. My mornings are pretty jam-packed. I have tons to do, especially earlier in the month before the kids got out of school. It was like, oh, I gotta get up, I gotta go weigh, I gotta do this. And so it was just another thing. And of course, you guys know or maybe you don't know, but I always weigh myself with clothes off. Like I take everything off and then weigh myself and then put my clothes on. And as you can imagine, sometimes like you're slow, I just woke up, I'm tired, like that takes a little bit of time. So really, was that the biggest of deals or the worst thing that could happen? I don't know, probably not. It's not a big con, but I did want to mention it. If you're already busy, having one more extra thing to do in the morning could be a potential burden. It could be a stress factor. I guess it just is up to you. The interesting thing about May was that I did have a pretty rough last 2 weeks. I'm still not 100% sure why, but I feel like I'm coming out of that now. So I am feeling better and my June is off to a really good start. So why don't we look at the May results? Now my May results are actually pretty lackluster, and by the end of it, I had the same feeling that my friend Rachel over at the channel 100 Pounds of Gratitude had, and that was go away May. I laughed so hard when I read that because I was just like, oh, I can relate. I was ready for this month to be just done and over with. So my highest weight fluctuation at any point during the month was 240.8 pounds. That was on Monday, May 24th. Now on the flip side of that coin, my lowest fluctuation was 233.6, which was on Friday, May 14th. That's a pretty significant difference. That's 7.2 pounds of difference within the same month. Is it likely that I gained 7.2 pounds? No, not realistically. It also is interesting that my highest occurred on a Monday after the weekend, and my lowest occurred on a Friday, my official weigh-in day. I think a big takeaway for me from Weigh Everyday May is that I definitely have to simmer down on the weekends. Even the days that I thought, I'm like, oh, I didn't really go overboard, I probably did. So I am starting to track on weekends just for the next couple weeks to see how it goes and see how I feel. And if it really makes a major impact on my journey, then it's something that I know I have to do. Either that, or I have to have a serious reality check about what I'm actually eating on the weekend. Even if I don't track, I do need to be conscious, because I, a lot of the times, think like, oh, I didn't eat that bad, but apparently my weight on the scale shows that maybe I did, or maybe it was too salty, maybe there was just too much sodium, something along those lines. So it's just something to keep in mind. Again, I'm treating it as data, and I'm gonna move forward at least for the next 2 weeks and continue to weigh myself every day. I have to say I kind of enjoy it. So I started the month of May. My very first official weigh-in on May 1st was 235 pounds. And on May 31st, my very last weigh-in, which was Monday, I weighed in at 236.2 pounds. So that puts me at a gain of 1.2 pounds for the month, which is a bummer, but I really feel good going into June, and here's why. My plan for June is something that I'm calling No Sleep Til Jersey. If you were on the live stream on Sunday, you already got a little bit of a sneak peek of this, but No Sleep Til Jersey is my own kind of personal plan. The name of it is based off of the Beastie Boys song No Sleep Til Brooklyn, which itself is a spoof of how serious hair metal bands used to take themselves in the 80s. So similarly, my plan is loose, it's flexible, it's really more of a guideline, if you will, but I'm feeling really good about it, and I've been able to stick to it really well so far. So I created this spreadsheet that's just a really kind of vague meal plan. It tells me the idea of the meal, but it's up to me to track and measure all the macros. I'm also making sure that this is an adaptable plan. So if I have to switch days out, for example, today I thought I had turkey pepperoni, so I could not have a pita pizza like I wanted to. So I swapped it out for just a quick microwave meal. So you can see on this spreadsheet, anything that I end up changing, I'm actually highlighting in yellow just to keep track of how many times I had to adapt my plan to my actual needs. And then everything that I accomplished that I want to call out to myself, I'm highlighting in green. Now, like I said earlier, I am still continuing to weigh myself every day. At least I have since June started, which we're only 2 days in at this point. And I'm just gonna see how I feel. If I like doing it every day, I'll keep doing it every day. But if I find that it starts impacting my mood, then I'm just gonna immediately back off. But I'm hoping that I can at least do it until Jersey. You guys know I set my own personal goal of hitting my 50 pounds lost milestone by the time I got to my New Jersey trip. I already know that's not gonna happen. That is way too big of a goal to achieve in 2 weeks, unless by some miracle all the extra weight that I've been carrying is 100% water weight. And I doubt that. So I'm not even keeping that in the back of my mind. I actually didn't set myself a weight loss number goal for this month. I just want to give it my best. I think I have been pretty harsh on myself with setting number of pounds lost goals the last couple months, and I haven't hit a single one of those goals. And that can be really discouraging after a while. So this month, there's going to be no pounds lost. It's just gonna be doing my personal best and giving it my all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, I would love it if you click that little red subscribe button, then click the little bell next to it so that you get notifications when I upload a new video on either Wednesday or Saturday. I also host a live stream every Sunday, so you'll wanna catch that too. I hope that your May was certainly better than mine. Tell me in the comments, if you've made it this far, what's one big thing you're looking forward to in June? For me, obviously, it's going to see my family in New Jersey. I cannot wait. We're only a few more days away. Just gotta get there. I thank you all so much again, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.